Yo guys, how y'all doing today? It's Money75. I'm back for another video. First things first, I want to apologise. I was going to do a vlog for yesterday's game against St Johnstone, but unfortunately for whatever reason, I think, my phone died and I ended up losing all the match footage that I had, all the predictions and everything like that I'd filmed. So I just was going to come through and quickly do this reaction video to the game yesterday, because there is so much I want to get off my chest and so much I want to speak about. But first things first, I did ask on Facebook and Twitter and everything like that the other day if you wanted a shout out, you would have get in touch with me. So here's this week's shout out. Go over to YouTube and check out Dan Thompson's channel. It's DazzaT1875. Big shout out to Cameron Black, Matthew Maycomb, Jack Calder and Daniel Robert Martin. Thank you very, very much for supporting the channel. If anybody would like a shout out in future videos, by all means, just please leave a comment in the comment section below and I will do what I can to get them out to you. Now, that brings me on to yesterday's game. Where do I even begin? Unfortunately, yesterday was an absolute shit show for Hibs. I'm sorry for the language, but there's no other word that I can use for it. To go as defensive as what we did yesterday against St Johnstone at home, it has to be emphasised, at home, first things first, that's unacceptable. To lose the goals that we lost, unacceptable. The substitutions that were made yesterday, unacceptable. The overall atmosphere amongst the fans right now, unacceptable. The job that Hecky is doing just now is becoming very, very, very questionable. Personally speaking, I am not going to get drawn into the whole Hecky in, Hecky out argument. I will leave that to you to decide what you want to do with that. Personally speaking, I think he's got a lot of making up to do. I just think that there's something no going on. There's something no quite right happening at Hibs just now. What that is, I do not know. But you can tell just with the way we started the game yesterday. We started the game with the usual 10-minute burst of playing really well. And you think, that we could actually end up doing something really good here. We didn't, after that, it just didn't seem to work. We somehow went a goal in front. And then after that, it was like we just fell back. We went into our shell. And the next thing you know, St Johnstone equalised. Brilliant goal for them. Right? I'm not going to take anything away from them. I thought it was a really, really well-worked team goal. Okay, good finish by Michael O'Halloran. Really, really good. We somehow managed to go right up the other end of the pitch and score again. Canberra yesterday was the one positive out of yesterday. I thought his hold-up play, his touch, obviously he's got his eye for goal, his eye for goal back. He was the one shining light yesterday. I felt he played really, really well. And then the same thing happened. We just seemed to go back into a shell. We were trying to, whether we were trying to soak up pressure or whether it just happened that way is beyond me. I really don't understand how we ended up conceding that late goal. We weren't defensively good enough. I don't know. I don't know what to make of Hibs just now. I'm not confident going into matches, which is the first time in a long time that I've been able to say that. I am really starting to have really low confidence in the players, which again is a long time since I've been able to say that. Do you know, I just said I wasn't going to get drawn into this debate, but fuck it, I am. Right. Personally speaking, I think Hecky needs a bit of time. Okay? I do think that. But, and this is a big but here, unfortunately, this guy has got a lot of making up to do now. Right? Because for me, we just didn't seem to be, whatever it is, it just doesn't seem to be working. Tactics. You take yesterday's game, for example. He puts Scott Allen out on the wide area. Scott Allen's a central midfielder, but he puts him out on the wide area and then hooks him. Now, I'm sorry, can I just say, when Scott Allen was at Hibs in his first spell, Scott Allen could have absolutely a rubbish game and then produce a pass that led to a goal. Similar in his second spell. This spell, he's actually hit the ground running. He's adding goals to his game as well, which is brilliant. But to put him out in the wide area, he was completely ineffective yesterday. He done nothing. Okay? Now, personally speaking, I think that is a bit of naivety on the manager's behalf, because he should have played. He knows that he's a central midfielder, so he's got to play him out in the centre, no out on the right. But he's obviously changed things about so Stephen Mallon can get back in the team. Stephen Mallon was a passenger yesterday and has been for, I would say, a good wee while now. I'm not convinced by him, right? And that sounds incredibly harsh on my behalf, but I'm not. He just, you know, Stephen Mallon for me just doesn't do it. I mean, when he was at St Mirren, he was to me, I really enjoyed watching him play. I can't say anything for when he went to Barnsley because I didn't pay attention, but when he came up to Hibs, I thought, Ken, if he can replicate his form that he was at when he was at St Mirren, we've got a player here. And the early signs were good. You know, he was scoring a couple of goals, he was hitting a couple of free kicks, and everybody thought, well, you know, we've got a player here. And then for whatever reason, it just went tits up. And it's went so far that unfortunately he's not getting it back. For whatever he tries, it just wasn't happening for him. Okay? You go into, I mean, the defence yesterday, Hanlon didn't play well for me. I love Paul Hanlon because to me, he's a Hibs man, he's Hibs through and through. He done what everybody at the club dreamed of doing. He was a Hibs supporter and he won the Scottish Cup. This season, and probably for the tail end of last season, for whatever reason, again, it's just not happening for him. Jackson didn't do well yesterday, in my opinion. He scored his goal, but again, he could have done better. Stevenson, for me, hasn't looked sharp since he came back for injury. I mean, I feel like, again, like I'm being really, really harsh on him because, I mean, Louis Stevenson, no matter what we want to say about him, the guy's a club legend. He's won the League Cup and Scottish Cup with Hibs. He's got over 450 games for Hibs. The guy's a club legend, okay? Regardless of how he plays. These are the things that will go for him, okay? David Gray, again, guy's a club legend. Scored the winning goal in the Scottish Cup final. But again, he didn't look sharp. Subsequently got injured. Stephen Whittaker played well, I thought, when he came on. Made a couple of challenges. Out in the wide area, I felt he actually done really well. Darrell Horgan never done anything when he came on. Slivka never done anything when he came on. I felt Canberra and Doidge actually played well together. Again, one of the few highlights, I suppose you could say. But I mean, where this leaves us just now, I just don't know. I just don't know where this leaves us because unfortunately, I think it's fair to say at least 65-70% of the fan base just now want Heckingbottom gone. As I say, personally speaking, I think he needs time. Obviously, if this carries on, my attitude will change. I think a lot of fans are comparing him to the Butcher and Fenlon era, which, to be honest, as much as I didn't agree with it, I can see why people say that. Because the football's not great. We're scraping results against teams that we really should be hammering. The League Cup this season would probably pay to that. You would have expected Hibs to hump Elgin, Alloa, Stirling Albion as well. You know, and we never really done that. You know, we weren't really tested in the group phases of the League Cup. We weren't great against Morton. How we've somehow ended up in the quarterfinals is beyond me. But I mean, that goes into a test where we'll play Kilmarnock on their plastic pitch. Now, I didn't like plastic pitches at the best of times, but Kilmarnock haven't started the season well after losing Stevie Clark. So is that an opportunity there for Hibs to actually go away and exploit? Only time will tell. But personally speaking, I mean, I don't know where Hibs go for here. I really don't, because as I say, if the football was good and we were unlucky, I think a lot of fans could maybe walk away from that and say, well, we were unlucky, but the football was good. Yeah, you didn't like to lose games, but the product has to be there. The product has to give you encouragement. It has to make you want to come back. I can't see a lot of Hibs supporters going back the way that things currently are. And for me, Hecky done something really, really silly yesterday when he came out with 2 statements. One of them is the anxiety for the fans spread onto the players. I'm sorry, they're professional football players. They should be able to do their job for 90 minutes, regardless of what the fans do. They are professional football players. They need to be able to concentrate for that 90 minutes. So for him trying to blame the supporters for yesterday's draw, I think it's a wee bit low. Second of all, he says, I didn't know there was a law saying that he couldn't substitute Scott Allan. Strictly speaking, there's no law against substituting Scott Allan, but Scott Allan is our best player. At this moment in time, Scott Allan's our best player. I think he is... I didn't get why he's so defensive. I think in a lot of ways that, your manager, in fact, probably more or less everybody in life, if you make a mistake, just put your hands up to it and just say, I got that wrong. For me, his substitutions were wrong yesterday. He's made some very questionable ones in the past as well. Just admit that you've got it wrong. And I think a lot of people will give a wee bit more leeway than what they're probably prepared to currently give you. But again, that's my opinion. I just don't know. I just don't know where we go from here. We've obviously got Motherwell away next week. Motherwell, I think, will beat us. I do. I think they'll beat us, and I think they'll beat us quite comfortably, to be honest. I can't see at this moment in time, and I really hope I'm wrong. I really, really do hope I'm wrong. But I just can't see a Hibs team winning just now. We're so low on confidence. We're so low on confidence, self-belief. We're low on these. You know what I mean? And the thing is, after Motherwell, it doesn't get any easier because we're going to play Hearts and then we have to play Celtic. So, potentially, out of the 3 games, there's a potential of walking away with no points at all. Massive potential, I would say. So, I just don't know. I don't know where we go from here. My patience is becoming extremely thin with the manager. I've not felt this way, again, since Fenlon and Butcher and Calderwood. I really want Heckingbottom to succeed. I really do, for the good of the club. But I don't know if it's going to happen. And obviously, a lot of people have mentioned people behind the scenes as well. People have mentioned Leanne Dempster, George Craig, all these kind of people at the end of the day. I find it hard to criticise these people because I find it hard to criticise them because unfortunately these are the kind of people who have done really well for Hibs. I think a lot of people underestimate the job that Leanne Dempster's done at Hibs. The same with George Craig as well. I think people have really underestimated the job that they do. Again, that's just my opinion. I'm open to be proven wrong. But anyway, yeah, right. I'm going to leave my ramblings on just now, guys. As I say, I'm sorry that it wasn't a vlog, probably what you were expecting, but technology and me didn't go well together. At least I'm honest enough to say that. I'm going to leave the video there. If you've enjoyed my ramblings, give the video a thumbs up. It helps me out massively if you do that. Subscribe to channel Money Minute 75. Click the bell icon beside the subscribe button. That will let you know when I upload. Please, please, please leave a comment. I really want to hear from Hibs supporters about how we move on for this. What do we need to do to get better? Is a change of manager what we need? Is it change of players? Is it a change at maybe a higher level? I don't know. I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear what you think about the whole thing. But anyway, as I said, I'm going to leave the video there. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.